There are things that support buildings. The reason why a mud house cannot go up is because it does not have the system to go up. UBA building is about 23 floors, and the same way it goes 23 floors that is visible that you can see, it also goes that deep. There are piles, they call them piles. That's the foundation. There are piles that go down as deep as 30 meters. I really don't know what UBA building is, but I can bet you that the piling may not even be less than 40 meters. So as much as it goes up, it also goes down. We'll be talking about pillars for the CEO growth. I'll just explain them to you, and we'll pray in line with those pillars. If you want to build sustainably, then we must look at those pillars. Whether you're building your career, whether you're building your business, it's the same thing. Do you understand? Because it is the individual that builds that big business. It's also the individual that builds that big career. So how you build depends on how sustainable the results you're getting are. So that's why I'm using pillars. So the first pillar, I said there are four. I will pray concerning those four pillars today. I will thank God, okay, I will go into our world and begin to win. Now, the first pillar we're talking about is identity. Who are you? Now, everybody hears that word identity. It's a common word that is being said everywhere. Do you understand? But if you don't understand how that word applies to your growth, you're going to be struggling. Identity simply means, who are you? Who are you before yourself? That's who are you by yourself? Who do you know you are? Then who are you in the marketplace? Who are you in that business? Who are you in the career? So it's your foundation for growth. If you really don't know who you are, you cannot sustain whatever you're building. It will shape your decisions. It will shape your belief. It will shape your habits. It will shape your actions. So when your identity is weak, you're going to be distracted, discouraged, influenced by others because you're so confused. So the question now is, you're on the prayer call this morning. Who are you exactly? What are the values that guide your life? And what has God called you to do? Now, if you understand these things, some people, like, your identity could be like, I'm a child of God and I'm called to win. Anything I lay my hands on is blessed. Do you understand? So with that identity, every other thing you do, it guides it and it revolves around it. Now, Proverbs chapter, I think 23 verse 7 says, as a man thinketh in his heart, not as others are thinking about you. No, so it is you first. What are you thinking about yourself? What do you believe you can do? What heights do you believe you can achieve? Are there limits to your growth? Are there limits to your results? Then God now tops it up and says in Jeremiah chapter 5, he said, before I formed thee, I knew thee. So you're not an accident. Before you were created, God had a plan for you. In that business, God has a plan for you. In that career, God has a plan for you. If you understand that, look, I'm made in God's image. I'm called to be the head and the tail, meaning that I'm supposed to lead. I'm supposed to be the best. Then you begin to position yourself as a solution in your career and a solution in also your business, whatever you're doing. So that's the first thing. Who are you? Who are you? You wake up and after praying, you look into the mirror and you declare these things about yourself. This is who I am. And that was why when David saw Goliath, he was like, who is this one that has come to defile the God of the Philistines? He said, in the name of my God, I will take you down, because he knows his identity. He knows what he can do. He knows who is backing him up, and he knows what the person backing him up can do. I want you, if you're going into your workplace this morning or your career place this morning, understand that you're being backed. You're not alone. There's someone that speaks for you. There's somebody rooting for you. He has good plans for you, and you can walk your way to the top because you're being backed. Now, the second one, remember, the first one is identity. You're going to walk in the light of who you are. Do you understand? You're going to start working on it. You're going to start building it. Now, the second one is your vision. We'll hear so much about vision. Now, I'm saying these things because I want us this month to walk in the reality and in the consciousness of these things. What is vision? Simple. Picture of your desired future. But all of us on this call, we have eyes. And the good thing about our eyes is that they can see far. If we cannot see far, most of us go and buy lenses so that we can see far. There's nobody that does not see as far as 3 meters, 5 meters, sometimes 40 meters, 30 meters. You can see very far. You can start your house and see maybe the road junction or the gate of your estate or something. Based on what you see with your physical eyes, you can take decisions. Now there's an invisible eye that determines how you grow. It's called vision. It's a clear picture of your desired future. Now, if you were physically blind, God forbid, anybody that's physically blind be so miserable because you cannot see anything. You cannot go anywhere. But thank God, we can see God has given us eyes. The same way, we also need to thank God that we can see into the future. It's not now physical vision I'm talking about. I'm talking about the spiritual kind of vision where you can look into the future, see the things that are there, future trends, and now begin to take a decision today. You have a clear picture of the promises God has made for you or made to you. You have a clear picture of the giftings God has given to you and the placements in the future. It will give you direction. It will give you focus. It will give purpose to your action. Nobody will be chasing you around to do anything. Some of us are career people now. If they put you from your business now and you find yourself, if they put you from your career place and you find yourself doing business, you're going to struggle. Why? Because the career world has created conditions and environment that keeps you disciplined. You see the enterprise world where you come out and run businesses by yourself, when nobody is chasing you, oh my goodness, you're going to struggle if you're not internally disciplined. Do you understand? Because you're now unable to structure your day. What do I do every Monday? What do I do every Tuesday? What do I do every Wednesday? So without a vision, the Bible says, my people will perish. Where do I want to be in 5 years? Understand vision. Where do I want to be this month? Where do I want to be next month? What impact do I want to make as a professional? What impact do I want my business to make? If you don't have a vision, you cannot grow anything. What goals am I pursuing? The truth is that if you don't know where you're going, every road to you will look like the right road. And with that kind of mindset, you're not going to get anywhere. The third one is your system. I've always talked about system. Please, I beg you, this week, this month, try and create simple systems that work for you. Their processes, their habits, their routines, their structures. Now, one thing about system is that it is supposed to simplify your processes. Okay, this is what I do consistently. I've identified it. What can I now install to make it easier for me and for every other person that will speed up my results? That's a system. So you begin to look for this week, what can I systemize in my career? This week, what can I systemize in my business? Now, many people, there's nobody on this call that does not have a dream. There are very few that have vision. As per, this is where I'm headed to. I'm going to get there, write the vision down. They are making it plain. Do you understand? So that anybody that sees it, they're also thinking of the team that build it with them, will run with it. So I said many of us have dreams, but very few people have systems. We're going to trust God. Ask yourself these questions. What are the habits that support my goals? What are the activities that support my vision? What are the processes that will keep us productive or increase the results I'm getting? And how do I measure this progress? So system means, how do I get there? How do I get there? Identity, who am I? Vision, where am I headed? System, how do I get there? How? I'm not trekking, I'm flying. Then the fourth one, which is the last one, is your influence. The results you create, your outcome, the impact. God did not call us to live for ourselves. He called us to live for people. You're in that organization. You're part of a whole system that is creating products and adding value to a sector. So at our personal levels, if we understand these things, then we'll begin to work towards affecting people, creating value, and also inspiring action in other people that work with us. So your growth is not complete if you don't impact others. The question now is, as a career person in that business, what value am I adding? I've talked about value, but I'm bringing it down to the 4 pillars. See, if you're thinking of growing, if you're thinking of increasing your impact, if you're thinking about transformation, if you're thinking about more money, if you're thinking, you understand? It's when you solve problems that money comes into your life or into your pocket. Who am I helping? What problems am I solving? That's why some of us, we take on new skills. I've studied trends. There's a future market. And currently, I'm building my skills so that I'll be relevant in the future. That market is for 2030. But I know that before 2030, it would have peak traction. I don't want to get there and I appear as if I was not prepared. No, I want to be positioned so that by then, I will have a large chunk of the markets. Who are you helping now? Who are you helping in the future? What problems are you solving? How are you making a difference? Do you understand? It is about values. Which value are you offering?